All right, let's discuss absolute and relative change. So when comparing one object over a period of time or two objects at the same time, the absolute or relative change can be used. When working with a relative change, it is written as a percent and can be a percent larger than 100. Absolute change has the same units as the original quantity, but relative change is always a percent. So the absolute change is defined as the new value or the later value minus the original value or the older value, the previous value. And the relative change is a ratio of the difference between the new value and the original value and the original value. That is then multiplied by 100% so that your answer is a percent. You can also do the absolute change divided by the original value times 100%. Let's see this in action. We have this example. A politician's support increases from 39% to 59%. Determine the absolute and relative change in this situation. Round your answer to the nearest tenth of a percent. So let's start off with the absolute change. So we have the formula, new value minus original value. Now, we're going from, so that's the original value, to, that's the new value. So we would have the new value, 59%, minus the original value, 39%. And we subtract those, these are easy numbers, and we get 20%. Now, we have an issue here with the values that we are subtracting are percentages, but this is not an absolute change. Sorry, this is not a relative change. This is the absolute change. So we need to talk about the units when you're dealing with percentages. This, when the actual units are percents, like this problem, we would say, first off, this is a positive number. And so this is an increase of, but we wouldn't say 20%, we would say 20 percentage points. This is the absolute change. Now for the relative change, we have everything we need identified. It's new value minus original value, all divided by original value, times 100%. So it's the new value minus the original value, all divided by the original value, times 100%. Now let's see what happens. We can also choose to just do the absolute change over the original value because we've already worked that out. So you don't have to rework the numerator if you've already done the absolute change. So we're at 20% divided by 39%, then times 100%. Now you'll notice this happens every time you do a relative change, and that is the units, in this case the percentage points, reduce as a factor of 1. This leaves us with 20 divided by 39, then times 100%. Let's see what that gives us with our calculator. So we have 20 divided by 39, then times 100%, 51.28205,128. And this problem asks for the nearest tenth of a percent. Now you need to be looking at the percent before you can round. So we're looking at the 51.28 and we want to go to the nearest tenth. So if we look at, this is approximately 51.28%. When we're dealing with the nearest tenth of a percent, we have to be looking at percent, and then the tenth is this spot. and the number to the right is larger than 4, 5 or more, we would raise the score. So this 2 is going to turn into a 3. So the correct answer here would be 51.3%. So we can say that this politician's support has increased by 20 percentage points. So that actually went from 39% to 59%. That's 20 percentage point increase. But it also represents a 51.3% increase. Okay, your turn. Go ahead and pause the video and work on the problem on the right. What you should get is this is a absolute change, $6.25 per share decrease. And the relative change, this is a 26.04% decrease. All right, now you'll notice the units of the absolute increase are the same as the units of the original numbers, whereas the units of the relative increase are always percent. All right, I hope this helps.